imagine a 13-year-old girl got her first period and she is basically instructed by her parent that don't go to the kitchen, don't touch the temple, and so on. At first, she didn't understand that what she did wrong, but later she realized that there is something wrong with her, and that is how it begins. Not with logic, but with shame. So hello everyone, this is me Garima Mishra and welcome you all on my YouTube channel. So today we will going to talk about the toxic tradition that we usually follow blindly. So before going deeper, let's understand one particular thing, that what exactly is a tradition. So a tradition is something that is passes from one generation to another generation. It basically brings people closer, gives meanings, and create harmony, love, and bonding. And that is why we celebrate different type of festivals like Holi, Diwali, Eid, and we respect our elders, spending time with our family member. All these things collectively comes under the tradition. But here the question is that when things get confused. So let me tell you that there used to be some beliefs and rules which are followed repeatedly for so long that even people start considering it as a tradition even if it has no logic. And that is where the exact problem begins. Similarly, with a natural biological process which is period, people start considering it as a symbol of impurity. And that is why girls are instructed to don't go to the kitchen, don't touch the pickle, don't go to the temple, and so on. There are so much myths regarding that particular thing. Now let's move on towards the second part of this video, and it is rules. Well, these rules are written nowhere but followed everywhere by every single girl and woman existing on this planet. So the first rule is don't talk too much. At first, it feels like basic discipline, but it is actually not, because a girl since her childhood she is instructed by her parents, by her relatives, and whoever she is surrounded with, that you must not interrupt when two elders are talking. You should not give your opinion in family decision because you're too younger to give your opinion, right? And due to all such things, due to all such instructions, she started feeling very vulnerable about her own existence in family decision, in family opinions, and so on. And as soon as she grows up, she started feeling underconfident and she thinks that her opinion doesn't matter at all. And even if she is right at some places, she would not love to give her opinion. Second point is dress properly. Well, this is something at first it basically feels like a basic advice, right? But over the period of a time, like being a girl, I know that when people question over your dressing sense, they are not just questioning over your dressing sense, they are basically telling you that whatever happens wrong with you, that is just because of your dressing sense, right? So if something happens wrong with you, people will not question or accuse that man for doing something wrong, but will definitely question you and your dressing sense. Now, the third point is adjust. At first, it feels like maturity, but it is actually not, because over the period of a time, it makes a woman feel like whatever is wrong with her life, it is her destiny. Even if she is not having a good partner in her life, or good in laws in her life, or good children in her life, society makes her feel like that it is your destiny and you have to adjust with it. You cannot change it. Just because you are a mother now, just because you are a daughter-in-law right now, and just because you are a wife now, you are a grown-up woman now, and you have to accept it because this is your just destiny. You have to adjust with it. Even if there is something more beautiful out there for her from all such scenarios, but society actually makes a woman feel so vulnerable that whatever she is having in her life, it is her destiny. Even if it is good, even if it is bad, she has to adjust with it. And that's all. Now, the fourth point is marriage is the ultimate goal of a woman's life. So, dear society, let me tell you that it is not a woman who needs a man in her life in order to become an ideal woman or a fulfilled woman. Rather, it is your mind which basically needs a factory reset so that you can replace it with the good one. Well, so let me tell you that being a psychology student, basically Maslow and Klein Roger both argue on the same thing, and their perspective is something like that humans are naturally good and they strive to become the greatest version of themselves who they can ever be. That is why I am telling you girls to be independent, because there is nothing which can stop you in order to become the greatest version of yourself. I myself believe that how getting married can become the ultimate goal of a woman's life, because there are a lot more things to explore, to gain knowledge, to understand in one's personal life. Now, let's move on towards the third part of this video, which is emotional manipulation. So let me tell you that it is not rules which basically controls you, it is emotional manipulation which controls you. Because rules can be questions for one, but emotions are harder to resist. And it is very true. So there are some sort of emotional manipulation, such as we have done so much for you, we are doing it for your safety, or what will people say about you? And yes, I do agree that safety matters a lot, and our parents take care of our safety a lot more than their own safety. And I do respect that. But there's a huge difference between safety and control. Safety guides us and control limits us. But there's a point when safety comes, basically control comes under the veil of safety, and that is exactly where it is harder and harder to resist. So now, the question is not that traditions are right or wrong. The real question is, do they help you to grow or do they limit you? Because a real tradition and a real culture will give you strength and identity as well as. So from today onwards, instead of believing everything blindly, starts questioning every single, because the moment you start questioning it, you stop living on autopilot. If you also wanted to build a strong and clear mindset, then do subscribe my channel and be the part of this beautiful journey, and I will always be grateful for this. So let's grow together, and thank you so much for giving your valuable time for watching my video. Thank you so much.